Let's jump right in. Today, we are taking a really fascinating dual lens journey. We aren't just going to look at the plain old math of compound interest. No, we're going to deconstruct it by reverse engineering a highly optimized, comprehensive video script that was designed to go absolutely viral. Our source document is literally called The Magic of Compound Interest. It's this incredibly detailed blueprint built to educate social media audiences, using cinematic scenes and some perfectly timed psychological tricks. We're going to explore the undeniable financial facts it teaches, and exactly how it presents those facts to completely captivate our attention. So right off the bat, the source script wastes absolutely zero time. It knows it has, maybe milliseconds to stop someone from just endlessly scrolling by. It actually tells the creator to start on a pitch black screen and hit the viewer with a really provocative question. What if I told you that money can work harder than you do? Then it specifically calls for this dramatic, cinematic suspense music to drop in instantly. Honestly, as an explainer of this material, I have to say this is a masterclass in hooking an audience. It creates this immediate knowledge gap, right? You're sitting there suddenly wondering how a totally passive, inanimate object like a dollar bill can actually do hard work. From that dark screen, the script dictates a super specific, highly visual sequence. A single dollar coin pops up. Then, in a flash, it just multiplies into hundreds of coins, and the shot pulls back to reveal literal mountains of cash. The voiceover asks you to imagine investing just $100 today and doing absolutely nothing else for 10 or even 20 years. It's brilliantly setting up the core premise right there. The idea that your wealth can expand exponentially isn't some magic trick. It's really just time doing the heavy lifting for you. To make the actual definition of compound interest visual, the script uses a brilliantly simple, familiar animation of a piggy bank. $1,000 drops in, an interest rate hovers right above it, and you literally watch the money start multiplying on its own. The script is super careful to contrast this with simple interest. Simple interest is basically just earning a return on your original money once. But compound interest? That means you earn interest on your original cash, plus you earn interest on the interest you've already made. Every single year, your money is going out and working for itself. They've taken a really dry textbook definition and turned it into dynamic, engaging motion. Okay, but how does all of that actually work mathematically? Well, the source script shifts to this clean, futuristic backdrop where a classic financial formula slides into view. FV equals PV times 1 plus R to the power of N. Now, the script totally acknowledges that this looks like a complicated math test, but it quickly breaks it down. Future value equals your starting investment multiplied by 1 plus your interest rate raised to the number of years. And it anchors the math with one absolutely crucial narrative point, that n, the number of years, is an exponent. That fundamentally means the longer you let it sit, the exponentially faster your money grows. To really prove this formula, the script brilliantly slows down the pacing. It walks us through some practical mathematical examples. We see a starting investment of $1,000 at a 10% annual interest rate. Over a 10-year period, as a little timeline slides forward, we get these really satisfying money-growing animations, all set to light piano beats. The initial $1,000 becomes $1,100 in year 1. By year 5, it's already jumped to $1,610. And by year 10, it's sitting at $2,594. You literally didn't add a single extra dime of your own cash, but time did the work. Seeing the numbers jump without any added effort is exactly what makes this concept finally click for people. And that leads right into the next major concept the script tackles, which is time versus amount. The direction here calls for a split screen. On one side, we have Alex, who starts investing at age 20. On the other side is Jamie, who waits until age 30. Now, they both invest the exact same monthly amount out of their paychecks. But the script points out that Alex's side grows dramatically larger by retirement time. And it's not because Alex had more money to start with. It's because Alex gave the compound interest something totally priceless, a 10-year head start. It's just a striking visual proof that the duration of your investment matters so much more than your initial capital. To really hammer this exponential growth home, the script leans on one of the most classic, effective visual metaphors in all of finance, the snowball analogy. You picture a snowball rolling down a snowy hill. At first, the growth is incredibly slow. It's almost invisible to the naked eye. But as it rolls, its surface area expands, allowing it to pick up more and more snow with every single rotation, until, boom, it's an enormous avalanche. The crucial point here is that the exact same thing happens with your investments. Growth naturally creates more growth. The compounding effect just builds on itself, turning small, consistent efforts into overwhelming momentum. So you're probably thinking, if the math is so reliable, why isn't everybody doing this? Well, the script addresses that head on. The visual pacing gets way more frantic here. Calendar pages flying by, social media alerts popping up, shopping carts full of expensive gadgets. The text tells us that most people delay because they mistakenly think they need thousands of dollars just to start, or they get totally caught up in the immediate gratification of buying things right now. But starting early with a little bit of money often totally beats starting late with a lot. The absolute biggest financial mistake you can make isn't investing too little, it's simply waiting too long to begin. Now let's step back a second and look at the meta-structure of this document. The script includes these incredibly specific visual prompts meant for advanced AI video generators. Notice the exact words being used: ultra-realistic cinematic finance animation, Pixar-quality rendering, glowing blue and gold colors, 4K depth of field. These are not just pretty words. They are highly engineered prompts designed specifically to hijack fleeting social media attention. By demanding premium, modern motion graphics, the creator makes sure the educational message doesn't just get lost in the feed. It's all about wrapping up financial literacy in this visually irresistible packaging. And honestly, it's not just the visuals. The auditory experience is rigorously plotted out too. The script actually maps out dynamic musical shifts to subconsciously guide how the viewer feels. It starts with that cinematic suspense to grab you, transitions to inspirational electronic music to keep the energy up, drops down to a light piano with subtle beats during the math examples so you can actually focus, and ends with this massive emotional orchestral rise. Why go to all this trouble? Because social media is a hyper-competitive battleground for human attention. To make a dry topic like finance truly stick, you have to engineer an entire emotional journey. Which leads us perfectly into this beautifully staged conclusion. The visual instructions ask for a sunrise over a city skyline, with a portfolio graph steadily rising up into the clouds. The music hits that emotional orchestral peak we just talked about, and the voiceover delivers a timeless quote from investing legend Warren Buffett: "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." It just perfectly, poetically encapsulates everything we've just covered about patience, starting early, and the snowball effect of time. Finally, the script wraps up with a really direct, punchy call to action. Start early, stay consistent, let time do the heavy lifting. Your future self will thank you. By breaking down this source document today, we haven't just learned the undeniable math behind long-term financial growth, we've seen exactly how modern digital storytelling is crafted to make that reality engaging and completely unforgettable. We've seen how visuals, pacing, and sound design all come together to make exponential math actually feel intuitive. So I want to leave you with a provocative thought to chew on today. Looking at your own life right now, what financial tree are you delaying planting today simply because you think the seed is too small?